people of Africa. My name is Victoria Ogurami, and I welcome you to my space. You can call me VO, you can call me Victoria, and you can call me Victoria Ogurami. That's my full name. That's fine. Anyway, the purpose of this, this whole thing is to share my own perception. No, is it perception? My own note. I'll just put it that way. Today we started the voiceover conference today, and I just want to share my note with you for those of you that missed today's class. Okay, let's just say today. So, for those of you that missed today's class, I just want to share a few things that I have taken notes just in case you were not online, or probably something had happened that made you miss the whole class. The whole conference was really very impactful, very insightful, a lot of things to learn. And trust me, you got to learn a whole lot. I learned a whole lot. No, I actually did not stay till the end, but I did learn a whole lot. A big shout out to all the hosts. Shim Shobo, King E, Christine. Oh, Christine. She was a whole vibe. She was a whole vibe. And I'm sure that many of us really, can testify to this. She really, she was just giving us back to back, and I love her energy so much. She's into animations and all of that. So without any further ado, I would like to, share my note. I this is a whole lot. I jotted a lot down. No, I did not jot. No, I did jot, but I screenshotted most because to be jotting this whole thing is just a whole lot. So let's get straight into it. The first one, we started with breaking into the global market. So we talked about, did I say we? They talked about, breaking into the global market. That's the VO industry. The first speaker talked about authenticity. So she said we should be authentic. Authenticity is about you. So the second the second point she gave was to take a theater class. We should take a theater class. You have to take a theater class. You have to, you have to be a performer. You can't just be a voiceover artist, just a random voiceover artist. You have to know, you have to have the ability to act. You have to be a performer. That's what makes you a great voiceover artist. The speaker also said or mentioned to build a niche around your accent. If you have an accent challenge, this she made a point. She said if probably you cannot give the regular type of accents that all those kind of things. If you have a particular accent, don't let imposter syndrome deal with you. Don't let it get all over you. Just take control. Take control of your that accent. Make use of it. And now we went straight into branding by Helen B. So Helen B talked about branding. She said branding isn't about your packaging and all of that. So she shared her screen with us, and she gave us everything we will be covering during the class, which is what is branding, why is branding so important, types of branding rather, why feelings matter, and question and answer and all of that. So we had a practical class. She said we should write down every word that comes to our mind when we think of branding, and we did that. We gave branding. Me, I even said what was my own. I think I said my brand is authentic and my brand is not ordinary. Yeah, that was no, sorry, what am I saying? That was like the second practical. The first practical she asked for. Sorry, I lost the train of thoughts. So she I'm talking about what we understood by branding, and I said perception. I mentioned packaging, and other people mentioned their own uniqueness and all of that, yourself, packaging and all of that. So she said, so she now gave us another perception, or what people's perception about branding. So she tagged it branding bingo. So this is logo, color, font, tagline, graphics, poster, brochure, blah blah blah. It is already on your screen, as you can see. So she now said, what exactly do we mean by branding? Like, what is branding really? So she says logo is the mark, the visual symbol people associate with you. So these are you can see on your screen. We have different logos on our screen and all of that. And honestly, what I like about what I liked about Helen B is the fact that she was so practical during the class, and oh my god, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the class. So practical that you'll be totally attentive. Yes. So what is branding really? Visual identity is the system. So she also says visual identity is the system. What people recognize, the color, the fonts, the images, the first perception people will have for you with you to you. Oh my god. Boy, I totally understand that you understand me. So she also said marketing. She also, noted that marketing is how people find you. Sorry, I have kata. Don't mind my voice, please. So the things that you do to promote yourself, that's what branding is. Marketing is how people find you. That's, branding is marketing. So she gave, the websites and all of that. You can see it on your screen. I don't want to go so deep. I don't want to make this so long. So she also said branding is the experience, how people feel about your business or your services. So what I took note of the most, what I really took note of from the whole class was when she said it is not about what you do, but how you do it, how you make people feel about your brand. So she says a brand is not a logo. A brand is not a corporate identity system. It's a person's gut feeling about a product, service, or company. Your brand is not your logo, but the perception, how you make people feel, that long term feeling, that long term impression you put out there. She used Apple as an example. She mentioned how Apple will make you feel rich, how you can be an iPhone owner and not feel on top of the world like I've arrived, that kind of thing. So she says they are the same worldwide. They don't have to check out lines. The person you're buying from comes to you. That's Apple. Like they don't even stress you. All of that. You can guarantee everything you will get will have the most beautiful feel or products. They will make you feel you are buying one of the best products. They make you feel at ease and feel stand out. They don't want to appeal to everyone. They stand out loud and proud, and they are who they are. And she says they are who they are unapologetically. So yeah, and honestly, and I just thought to add this, that no matter the amount of the iPhone, you just somehow feel rich. Honestly, no matter the amount, you just feel rich whenever you get a new iPhone or something. So that's the impression. How they make you feel matters a lot. So you have to be intentional about how you make people feel about your brand. So yeah, so that was what she said. Then we went on to why is branding important. So she says branding helps you to stand out from the crowd. It attracts the right clients. It helps you to increase your prices, and it builds customer loyalty. So we then did some, another practical talking about, another practical branding is and branding is not and all of that. So she said branding has nothing to do with how your voice sounds. So we went on to proceed on what branding is not, and we've talked about what branding is. So what's branding? Sorry. So what branding is not? Then she proceeded to add that branding has nothing to do with how your voice sounds. So it is not really about how your voice sounds. You can sound anyhow. Any voice is unique, no matter how you sound. There's a company, there's an agent looking for that exact voice. So it's not really about how you sound, but how you make people feel, how you put yourself out there. So she says good branding gives you flexibility, it allows for growth, it helps you market yourself. That's what she said. So she also said there are three types of branding. We have the corporate brands, we have product brands, and we have personal brands. Helen B is so detailed. Like she gave it, oh my god, she broke everything down. That even a 5-year old will understand everything she has put out there. And this particular class was so interesting that I stayed glued till the end. So personal branding, personal corporate branding, product brands, and personal brands. So definitely, I know that that's already ringing in your head. That definitely my brand as a voiceover artist that I am. I would say it's a personal brand as a voiceover artist. But she says the type of branding we have is the corporate branding and the personal branding. That means our brand is corporate and personal. So yeah. So why feelings matter? So think about the last time you bought a product, worked with a coach, hired somebody to help you. How did it make you feel? So think about how those things make you feel when you, but just like she used iPhone, for example. Honestly, when I had my iPhone, haha, I felt so rich. I felt really, really rich until it was stolen from me again. But God is always there. So, and she added, this is a quote by Maya Angelou. It says, people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. I'll read that again. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. So, what are the key elements to powerful branding? One is values and aspirations. What makes you different? Your ideal client, your brand personality, your tone of voice and messaging, your visual identity. So now I'm saying it's not really about beautifying your Instagram page. Honestly, it's not about that. It's not about you having 100 million followers. Your branding is how you make people feel, how you stick your name to people's minds, that whenever they remember Victoria Ogunremi, they know that, okay, she's a professional voiceover artist, not just any random voiceover artist. So sorry, I'm sorry, my voice. The code is so annoying. I have cold. All right, so let's continue. So it says, to build your brand, you have to start with experience. How do you want your clients to feel? And how do you not want your clients to feel? Do you want them to feel a certain way? You should you should put effort in making them feel a certain way. And if you don't want them to feel a certain way about you, if you don't want them to feel a kind of way about you, then you should not do things that will make them feel that way, if that makes sense. So then we went on for another practical. Then she talked about, she said we should write down as many words as we can write about on my brand is and my brand is not, which I said the other time. So this is where so we wrote my brand is authentic. My brand is not just ordinary. My brand is real. Then she said we should pause. Then she gave us the real. We have hundreds of keywords here. So she gave us many. You can see it on your screen. Abundant, ambitious. So she said we should pick the words that fit into what our brand is, and we should pick the words which our brands don't fit into, which is absolutely amazing. Which honestly, this woman is so intelligent. Helen B, I salute you. All right, so that's it. And we took our time and we wrote everything down. So finally, not finally, so she said we should refine our list, which words are similar, which words are vague or obvious. So that's about the my brand is not. So you should choose as many words as possible, 15 to 20 words for both not and is. So yeah. So the branding, how to, she mentioned how to, make it come into action. So how to put the my brand is and my brand is not into action. Said when you're building a website, when you're building your website and you're building a color, think about the interpretation it gives. She's not saying giving aesthetics to your brand is not good, or having a brand color is not good, or having a logo is not good, but how it will interpret, the interpretation is given about your brand. That is what matters the most. So I will share her link with you if you want to, get more questions. If you want, if you want to ask her more questions and all of that. Her name is Helen B. She's a brand and web designer. Yeah, BEE in UK. So, and the last thing she said is that it is not what you do. It is not what you do. It is the way that you do it. It is not what you do, but it's the way that you do it. So this is the QR code or the link below. So to scan and check all those branding goodies she has for you. Once again, Helen B, shout out to you. Thank you so much. Your class was really, really, really impactful, and I learned a whole lot. Like I learned and relearned because there were many things that I didn't even know about the VO industry that I got to learn, and trust me, it was really amazing. So after her class, went for a breakout session, which we had building a brand in Africa with collaboration by Chilu Lemba from South Africa. Then voice acting for audio plays or voice that paints a picture by Wagio Mzege, which I joined. And the last one was the how content creation can drive future growth for African voice actors. So I joined the audio drama class because I'm a theater student and I'm a performer, so I have to just join something that resonates with me. So I'm going to share a few of my notes. If you want all of my notes, kindly you can just request for them. I'm going to send it to you. Just drop your WhatsApp number in the comment section. I'm going to send my notes directly to you. Definitely feel free to ask me. Going by her exercise tips, and what do we see to help guide our delivery? We did a practical class where on how to deliver in our class. That's Wagyu Mzenge. In her class, we did some practical sessions. So going by her exercise tips, like what do we see and all of that to help us guide our delivery. So she gave an example. She gave us a short script. Honestly, I've forgotten the line. I could not jot it down. But let's just say, I am in a beach filled with, or I'm looking for an example to use. Maybe I'll type it. If I said I'll type the phrase on my screen. So the second one is the site. She said, if you are asked to interpret a script, you have to imagine that scenario in your head. You have to imagine, you have to feel it, you have to taste it, you have to, see it from your inside with your inner ear. So that's when she talked about sight, feel, taste, sound. You have to hear it, even if you're not hearing it physically. You have to hear that sound. You hear the clashing of the waves, the cawing of the birds and seagulls and all of that. You have to taste, taste has to affect how your mouth moves. If you are eating nom nom, you have to give that sound to make your audience know that, okay, I am eating something. So, and if it's, if we're talking about the sight, you have to assume you are seeing those seagulls moving. You have to assume you are seeing those those sea animals and all of that. You have to see them moving, the ocean, the breeze. You have to assume everything, the crabs and all of that. So, and the starfish, blah blah blah, and all of that. So she said we should internalize the words by heart. Let them flow through you. Feel every beat of them. Chew them well before giving them away. Act out your voice. Let your tone, posture, and pauses carry the meaning. Don't just speak words, just randomly. Feel them. You have to feel before your audience can feel. So that's what. So our major word was to paint a picture. As a voiceover artist, you have to paint a picture in your head. So she gave the acronym for PAINT, PAINT. So the script analysis, she says P stands for point of view, A stands for activate all senses, I is for intention. That is your why, your reason for. Then N is to navigate emotionally and not just verbally, helping you in brackets. I put in brackets, helping you identify where the emotional shifts are for easy delivery. Then the last one, which is T, is transforming the word into words. Transforming the word into words. You transform your word into a whole big world. You build, imagine, visualize the places, the situations, and all of that. So that was it about Mzenge. It was so practical. If you, in case you are listening to this and you join the conference and you have the notes with you for other classes, I would be so glad if you share your take. Maybe the other classes you attended, you can share your notes in the comments. That would be really amazing. So then we did animation session by Christine Piver. Oh my god, this woman. I enjoyed, even if, because at this point I was already tired. I was just multitasking, doing things at the same time, trying to like stay focused on the class and all of that. She was just, our energy was so good. She talked about animation, how to, you have to, she said you cannot just be sluggish when you want to be an animator. You have to give your all. Christy, big shout out to you. Christine Piver. And Seun Shobo. Shoshomo is a table shaker. Honestly, it was just shaking tables. It was just shaking different tables. How nonchalant African voiceover artists can be, and all of that. It was just giving us. But his class, his session was really, 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 really amazing, and I enjoyed his session. It was very precise, very succinct. Shoshomo talked about proven strategies for African voiceover talents to build influence. So, why is influence essential? He said, as a voiceover artist, the market, as a voiceover artist, or talent living in a postmodern world. Okay, so he said the landscape has functionally shifted. What once was a small relationship-based industry has exploded into, a highly competitive marketplace where talent alone is no longer enough. Is no longer enough. Honestly, talent is no longer enough. So we talked about the expository data and African voiceover industry players. Talents have grown by 300%. Honestly, over the last 2 years. Hey! And he also said audio content consumption in Africa is up by 400%. That's fantastic. So the creator economy has eh, democratized. So he said the creator economy has democratized access, exponentially expanding income. All this, just read through, please. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. If I keep talking and talking and talking and talking. So yeah, just know the market reality, the expository data, the golden opportunity. So one thing I just want to one thing I just want to point out from Shimon Shubo's class was him mentioning that influence does not equal followers. Because you have a million followers does not make you influential as a voice talent. Because you have 300,000 followers does not make you influential as a voiceover artist. Creating influence, being influential is you helping other voice talents, other younger voice talents grow. That's when you can be called a voice talent. If you don't have anybody coming to you to be asking you questions or seeking your help, then you're not influential. So if you have these things and you just have 500 followers, don't feel anyhow, don't feel somehow. As long as you are seen in the right way and you are doing what is right, and the people that are following you, that are following your story, are people that are that's the only way you can be called an influential person. The next slide, it talked about what influence actually means. So we have the traditional thinking and the influence reality, which I have explained. So that's it. So that traditional thinking of I need $100,000, $100,000 you can tell I need money right now. So, if you are saying you need 100,000 followers before you can be influential, you are wrong. And if you also say you want to lower your rate, you are absolutely wrong. Stick to your rates. In fact, Christine mentioned it. Was it Christine or I think it was Christine. Was it Christine or Helen B that mentioned that in fact you should increase your rate? I think it was Helen B. Increase your rate. That makes you even more because increase it, I beg. You saying international clients are more important than local clients. Who told you that? I beg you. If you are a local talent, stick with it with pride. Hold it. If it's your Yoruba you want to be speaking, if you're a Yoruba voice talent, stick with it. You're doing great. So what influence really means is who influencers really are. Decision makers know you. They know your name. And another one is that you're invited to the conversations before project starts. Another one is clients adapt budgets to work with you. Another one, because, this particular one, if you are influential, if your price is high, even if the budget they have does not meet your budget, but because of how influential you are, influential you are, they would increase it. They will increase the rate. They will just because they want you on that project. It's just your voice they want, so they have no choice. They can still beg you and beg you and ask you to reduce the rate and all that. But at the end of the day, you're still going to be the voice they choose. So, and the last one is other artists asks for your advice, which I've mentioned before. So this is the 5 pillars of voice over influence. So which is Africa. The acronym is Africa. I'm saying 6, but it says 5 pillars. 5 pillars of voice over influence. The Africa framework. Anyway, This is six. So relationships, frequency, authenticity, innovation, community, and adaptability. Yes, so these are the definitions. So you own your voice. You have to be authentic. You have to own your voice. So frequency, influence comes with consistency. You have to be consistent. You have to really be consistent. So the next one is relationships, business minded talents, value, strategic networking. Next one is innovation, stand out by bringing fresh ideas to the table. Bring fresh ideas. He mentioned this. He said you should not just sit down all day without doing anything. Bring ideas. Think of something new. Create something new. He also mentioned that he's going to create a new app. He's creating a new app. I cannot wait for that app. So the next one, he said, which is community. It said true influence isn't just measured by how far your voice goes, sorry, but how many others you help find theirs. So if you so it's not about, you showing out every day, you showing up every day. It's about the people you have influenced, the people that have come from you, that have built from you, that you have built to become better people. So if you're not doing that, you are so wrong. If you think it's all about you. And adaptability, you have to adapt to, to the industry trends and all of that. You have to keep adapting because the world will keep revolving and things will keep changing. We can't remain in the same. We can't stick with the same trend every single day. Things keep changing and all of that. So yeah, that's adaptability. So yes, so we went on and on. We talked about how to calculate your MIS. That's the monthly influence score. So we said recognition, relationship, revenue, reputation. Recognition, how well known is your voice and brand within your target industry or audience. So relationship, the strength and quality of your professional network, the clients, the collaborators rather, and community. So revenue, the income you generate consistently from your voiceover work and related services. Reputation, what others say about your professionalism, your character, your reliability and quality, online or offline. So, and the reach, how far your voice travels. This is measured through your online presence, body of work, platform visibility, and audience engagement. So, last one, he mentioned common influence killers. He said you should please avoid these costly mistakes as a voiceover artist. So, the common influence killers are the inflators, pretending to be bigger than you are. Because you think, because you're a voiceover artist, you people are saying you have, this beautiful, amazing voice. You think you want to, then you start behaving like you are bigger than who you are, or you are trying to like create content around something that you're not. You get what I'm saying? So you have to be you, be you, be you. Me personally, I always say that that's my number one voiceover slogan. If any of my community members ask, or if you ask any of my community members what my tagline is, they'll tell you is be you. That's my number one tagline. I'm always, I'm always big on that. You have to be you every day, every single day. Just be you. Don't allow that imposter syndrome get to you. No, they're not. So another one is the isolator. O- Only promoting yourself. I've said this. You're only promoting yourself. It's only yourself. Hey, my name is Victoria Oguremi. But you're not helping others. No, that's not good. That's not good. So the next one is the complainer. These ones are always complaining. This one is not good. See the voice of this one. But that's something I like about, this our African voiceover artists. Like there's no voice that we don't acknowledge. I just like, or should I say Nigerian, because I have basically Nigerians in my community, and yeah, yes, this other community that we have, other. No, I don't have only. I think I have Tanzanian and Kenyan in my community too, and we always hype ourselves no matter what. Gege, opo, That's it. Don't allow everything to just be on you alone. Acknowledge others. Don't start criticizing one talent or the other, because you never can tell. You might not even be that good. I'm just joking. So the next one, this one's the copycat. These are the people that allow imposter syndrome get to them. You want to be like Stephanie, you want to be like Shem Shobo, you want to sound like T Code, you want to sound like VO. That's me. You want to sound like, AF and all of that. Just be you. Sound like you. So the next one, these ones, they are very full in my community, and I always evict them in my community. I always evict them out. The ghosters, they ghost a lot. You'll be seeing a lot of activities going on, but you don't want to participate. It's not good. How then are you going to grow? How then are you going to grow? You have to, participate in everything going on. You have to, jump on trends, voice over trends, not just any old trend. Trends that fit into your niche. You have to, don't ghost, you know, be communicate and all of that. So these ones are the price. The next ones are the price quarters. You want to be competing. You want competing on price instead of value. You want to be cutting price. No. What matters right now is your value, is the value you are putting out there, not, not, I repeat, not the price, not the price. Don't compete on price. Compete on the value. Is the value you want to provide out there that you should be more intentional about. All right, there's still more and more, but I'm just going to stop here. I'm so sorry. So we talked about the influence formula for voice talent and all of that. It's a lot, a whole lot, but I hope at least with what I have shared, with the things I've shared, you've been impacted. Like I said again, if you want my note, I can share my note with you. That was where I stopped, taking screenshots and all of that because I had to jump on something else and all of that. So if you want my notes, please feel free to reach out so you can learn. And I might as well ask my community members for their notes so we can compile everything together so that you can learn as well. All right, have a lovely weekend. Yeah, we can start tomorrow, next tomorrow. Yeah. And of course, it continues tomorrow. So I have to see you. Let's connect tomorrow. Tomorrow is the final. Tomorrow is the finale, and it's going to be physical. So we are seeing at CCN Oregun Keja. So let's be there. Number 32 Kudirat. So let's all be there. Let me see you. I want to connect with you. Just, if you see me, you just check my page. You see my picture. If you see me, just shout VO. Just shout VO. I'm going to, come right to you. Let's connect. All right, that's it. Thank you so much. Have a lovely night. Sleep tight and enjoy the rest of your night. Bye bye.